stuff like that you want to pay attention to, because what happens is, you know, those type of organizations are pulling from the estate, even in death, even in your dad's death. So you also want to make sure you get a copy of your dad's death certificate. And also you want to get that authenticated also, and you want to get a couple copies of it, okay? Because that has value in there for you, okay? So, I mean, there's a lot we could probably talk about, and I think I'm going to do, like, free womb. We're going to do something where we're, wait, who has some, wait, I'm sorry, y'all. Or is that James' background that's so loud? Probably.
Yeah, I just muted it, sorry.
So we're going to do something in free womb. I'll probably put the link out tomorrow where you guys will be able to meet with us every week. And we're going to go over certain things that you just need to do, and you just need to have on file, okay? So, for example, everyone needs to have birth certificates that have full faith and credit attached to them that they actually have in their possession at all times, okay? And we're going to talk, that's probably going to be the first subject matter that we're going to talk about, and we're going to take it month by month by month. And at the end of every month, you will have accomplished something pertaining to the subject matter in the group, okay? So, yeah.
I do have those. I have those for my children as well.
Okay, so on the federal level or on the state level?
State and federal.
Okay, so then you have those on a state and federal level, and then you just have some that's just on the state level?
I have some, well, not authenticated on the state level, but I have certified copies of mine, not of theirs.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So they're still probably kids or whatever, but I mean, that's still good too, right? So yeah, as long as you have that, I mean, you know, you got gold in your hands. All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn it all. My son just graduated, turned 18. He's in the EMT program. My daughter's a sophomore in high school.
So, right, my daughter, she also did an application for a trade school, and application for a trade school, and we actually documented that application. The application does have value, and so I can show you guys probably, maybe, I don't know, like, it's just so much to talk about, but we actually, for her taxes, we actually documented that transaction because that was an exchange, and it did have, her application had value. And so what we did was we documented it, we ledgered it, and we also were able, she was also able to pull credits from that application in her return for 2023.
Okay.
All right. But the first thing is, guys, knowing that your applications have value. Okay. So I'm doing this live because what I realized is that when we had helped clients last year work through like their tax situations, what we realized on everywhere, obviously, because nobody's teaching. So what we understood was that people were not reporting. Everybody's like, shh, don't tell the IRS your business, right? IRS is the bad guys. That's what everybody had us believing for all this time when they were lying to us, right? No, they're saying shush, don't say nothing, so you get stuck paying the taxes and they don't pay shit. So if you want to get your taxes back that you've actually transferred to someone else, or your credits back, or your money, or whatever you transferred to somebody else, whatever entity you transferred it to, if you don't report it, you don't get anything back. How does the IRS know that you transfer credit somewhere? How would they know that? Who's going
definitely need that game?
Yeah, who's going to tell them that, oh, we have an application for your mom that's in a nursing home? That's an application. That's not free. Somebody's making money from all applications. That's what I want y'all to know in the chat, guys. This is just one little concept. You can even just, somebody is making money from all applications. That's all you got to know. Every application you do, you could just do nothing but applications and win. Oh, I gave you an application. Oh, I'm going to ledger it. I want to document my application. And this is why, y'all, I told people in the beginning of the year, even at the end of last year, I said the same thing. The end of the year, guys, is when you start, if you create in debt, you want to do it now. Right? if you want to, if you don't know what your return is going to be for January or whatever you want to do your filings, all year you probably did applications. Have you documented those transactions? Have you documented where that money has went, right? Nobody's doing any documentation. So if you're not documenting, what are you reporting? What are you getting back in returns? How much did y'all, last year when y'all got your tax return, how much did you get back in the check? What was your tax return? 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 3,000, right? 2,000, 1,500. Somebody wants to say, I owed, right? And it's like, wait, you owe because you are not reporting the information accurately, right? If you report accurately, the first thing is the application. That's it. That's all I want to say today. And this is why I kind of did this, because I want you guys to understand this concept of applications. All right. So I did a class last fall. It was called Balancing the Books. And in Balancing the Books, one of the things I had taught was how to balance your books. All right. But today you're going to learn about applications. So I'm going to start sharing my screen because I broke down a couple things that I want you guys to comprehend. Okay. These are actually eyeglasses. Isn't that so cool? All right. So I want to share my screen now. All right. Applications, right? Can you guys in the chat tell us what are some of the things you're going to fill out an application for, or that you have filled out an application for? And the reason why I'm telling you to put this in the chat is because when you go back and do your reporting, you want to go back and do your reporting based off of what you've already done. So maybe some of you guys don't need to go get a car. Maybe some of you guys don't need to do a mortgage application. Maybe some of you guys don't need to apply for funding elsewhere or something like that, right? But if you do, you need to know how to handle your affairs, okay? So let's just start with the application. I think it'll just be easier for everyone to understand certain concepts.
Is there a time frame that you can go back on applications?
So guess what we're going to do? We're going to go through this diagram. It's only about 7 slides, okay? And then we're going to go to the IRS, and we're going to read what the IRS says about it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And then from there, I'm going to show you reporting of an application, okay? And then you're going to see how it shows up when the IRS gets notification that there was some type of transfer that took place, right? And you want to become a perfected reporter. You want to understand how to report. Okay, listen, guys, in the public, you can get millions of dollars. But I want to tell you something. You have a responsibility when you hold cash. You have a responsibility when you put credit somewhere. You have a responsibility, right? People are irresponsible. Hence, it's why they're not getting the proper returns, because they're not doing the proper reporting. So once you be a master reporter, then you'll have a master's tax return. Does that make sense? So then you understand you're just like recycling the credits. And when you recycle the credits, it decreases the national debt. All right. So the concept of applications. Okay. So I pulled out 4 different types of applications that you guys see here. Okay. One is for financials. One is securitized, legal and regulatory, and a broad usage. Okay. And we're going to take each one and break it down. The financial application is a request for credit. For an example, a loan, a mortgage, or a credit card. All right. a submission for financial services like applying for an account or insurance. All right. And then an example, a loan application for $100,000 that gets securitized into a mortgage-backed security. Before it was securitized, what was it? A loan application. But the loan application alone is not valuable. It requires someone's exchange of energy. It requires somebody to do something. It needs your energy before it has value. Paper alone, just sitting around, is not valuable, right? Unless you put your energy into it. Then now it has value. So even these financial applications, credit card applications, loan applications, mortgage applications, a lot of you guys need to do your own correcting of your own books and write down what loans have you applied for this year? What loans have you applied for last year? Did you get a mortgage? Did you even apply for a mortgage? Because it says an application. It doesn't mean you collected anything, but you did give something. Okay? Right? So whatever you gave away, you're just a charity case if you're not reporting it, because whatever you give, you should learn how to be an Indian giver and call it back to you. People always say if I give you something and then I ask for it back, it's Indian giving. And it's like, no, it's not Indian giving. It's actually doing an accurate reporting and balancing my books, right? Nobody wants to be in a relationship that's lopsided. I don't want to be the only person giving all the time, right? Because, I mean, honestly, have you guys ever been in any kind of relationship where you just gave, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? Nobody ever felt burnt the hell out? Like, wait, this doesn't really feel right. Like, I mean, is it me, right? Is this person taking advantage of me? Well, it doesn't have to be advantage. They don't have to take advantage of you if you know how to process your own reporting. All right. Anybody have questions on this? No?
Does it have to, it can be one that was denied as well?
Because
as long as it's just the application?
That's what we're talking about. Absolutely. Right. We're not talking about if it was an approval, if it was anything. No, because my energy is not based on a third party's approval. My energy is based on me giving value to what I give value to. So I'm reporting my value I added to this paper. Right? What happened after that, that's another what? Reporting. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like everything I do, okay, I did this, I did the application, I'm reporting. They gave me something back, I'm reporting. I gave them something back, I'm reporting. Right? So you never stop reporting. Right? So you won't report. So this is why you understand all year long, what does my ledger look like? What did I give them? What did they give me? This is why I said the other day on my live that even when you get bills in the mail, they're calling your bluff. They're showing you that there's interest being made. They're telling you that they're reporting. They got to report. They got to do that shit every month because then their books are going to be off balance. And even when you don't do your part, yours is off balance. And let me tell you something. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but let me just say this because I don't want to forget either, right? I'm talking about you got to be on top of your shit that they got to know. Like I'm talking about y'all, like when we do reporting, we put every fucking body on notice. Oh, you guys gave us an application and this is the value that we added to it. If this value for $1 million isn't accurate, please write back to us letting us know. If we all understand that applications are securitized, right? So if it's $100,000, right, and they pulled $1 million from the Federal Reserve window, that went on somebody's ledger. Somebody documented that, but you didn't. Everybody else did. Federal Reserve did, the company did, but you didn't, right? And so now what I want you guys to start doing is documenting your actions, because then what happens is you have a benefit. Right now, people doing applications, denials, they don't have no benefit. So I want to help you guys walk into your benefits, okay? All right. So securitized applications. Sometimes applications for loans, mortgages, or other financial services are pulled into securitized products. Securitized products. And what's an example of that? A mortgage-backed security, asset-backed securities, right? So if that's the note, right? So if your application refers to this process, it means that the lender converted your debt into part of a larger security sold to investors. All right. Legal or regulatory applications. Filing an application for approval, such as for trademarks, patents, or licenses. Where did you apply for a license at?
The DMV.
DMV. Which is a part of what?
The Secretary of State.
The state, right? The state. So everybody who has a license why aren't you reporting? Your license is employed 24/7, 365. You're an employee of the state, if you did not know that. Do you guys remember when I did that live and I talked about you being an employee of the state? Was anybody on that live in here?
Yes, I was.
Who was that? Who's that?
Hush.
All right. So you were on that live, right? What are some of the things
Yes.
I talked about with people being employees of the state?
That's a lot.
Do you remember what are some of the things I shared with everybody?
About the deposit, how you get paid.
And what is your pay based on?
Based on a transaction from bank to bank that you never actually see the cash flowing.
Okay, so no. So we're talking about we're talking about you being an employee of the state. So if you're an employee of the state, how is your pay documented? The first thing you want to know is, what is my state's minimum wage? Right? If you are a part of trust property, you should have a fee schedule there. Okay?
Your schedule.
Right.
That's right.
Your fee schedule is basically stating that, hey, I have a license. I know you guys are making millions of dollars. That's not a problem. But this is the fee schedule for making money off of my energy. And you're putting them on notice. You're putting the IRS on notice. Everybody gets on notice. It's not a secret. It's not like, no, I'm putting everybody on notice because I don't want nobody to say I didn't give them an opportunity to know what was going on. No. The same way y'all didn't tell me that y'all was making $11 million off of my license, I'm going to tell you though. So I can get all the credits that I'm due, right? And if you guys, I don't know if anybody from Free Womb is in here, but one thing we did in Free Womb Nation was a TWIC, right? And one of the reasons that we had our girls get TWIC cards was because we understood the power of the TWIC, okay? And even with the TWIC card, right, now not only are they employed by the state because they have a license, but guess who else they're employed by? The Department of Labor, which is federal. So the reason why you guys are out here working 2 jobs and 3 jobs, and because you don't understand that you're already an employee. You're just not reporting. When you start reporting, then you get the benefits that come with reporting. Okay? All right. So.
Is that DMV class available somewhere?
Oh, and I just did that on live. I didn't even have that in the class. I just did it on live. Yeah, but maybe
bitch, I missed it. Right.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just maybe I'll do a class. I mean, I have so much information. Honestly, bro, we do so much. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know how I retain as much information as I do sometimes, because I don't really know how I do it, but it just all kind of works together for me. It's like everything is almost the same, but it's just different sectors of it. And then when you understand a greater concept, again, no matter how much money you have, if you don't know how to report, you will always work for money.
Gotcha.
And that live, was it posted?
Sis, I swear to God, that had to be like over a year ago.
Okay, I was just trying to get an idea of where to
and
go
you know
back
what?
and
It may be in my subscriptions. I'm not sure. Yo, I talk about so much shit all the time. Like, I can't even keep up with my own stuff that I'm talking about. But I will put this right here on I paid my tax on YouTube. I will upload this recording on YouTube, so you guys will be able to go back to it. And maybe I will do something on reporting or ledgering your time and things of that nature. I think that's important as well. So this is actually preparing you guys for taxes. So I think I should do it, and I'll consider it even more. But it's so much to talk about. I mean, where the hell do you start? You know, people need so many things, you know, so, but I guess it's the place to start, because if you don't know that the application, I mean, it doesn't matter where you're doing it. You know, if I do it if I do federal application, right? You know, it still needs to be documented. It still needs to be ledgered. Right? So, yeah. All right. So, these kids in here are just like, oh my God, hold on 1 second. Oh my God. These kids are just out of pocket. They're just running around crying. He looked at me like, I'm like, hey, what's going on? He looked at me like, let me run my ass back to where I came from. All right. So filing an application for approval, such as trademarks, patents, or licenses, these are likely to be securitized unless tied to a financial benefit or asset. All right. All right. Broad usage. All right. Any submission of documents or data for review or consideration, by an institution, right? Example, an employment application isn't securitized, but a financial aid application might lead to loans, which could be. Okay. So, So there are several benefits to an employment application, right? So for them to say that it's not securitized, or I want to kind of say, because they're trying to make it seem like there's not money being made off of the application. It absolutely is money. There is money being made off of all applications, right? So not really sure. I mean, securitized, okay, maybe not. You can't be, because it's not like it's not going to create a loan or something like that. Okay, yeah, I get that part. But there's currency connected to all applications. And let me just tell you this. Something that a lot of people leave on the table, and I wanted to talk about this today, but I guess I just didn't. But there are a few ways to know if there was value, what the value was connected to your application. So let's talk about this first, right? You do an application, and from that application, there is an exchange that happens. I want you guys to put exchange in the chat. You file an application, and from that filing, there's an exchange that happens. Can anybody tell me what that exchange is?
Exchange of data.
Between who?
You and the furnishers? Or you and who you doing the application with?
Okay. So basically, me and let's say for a car dealer, for example, me and the car dealer are exchanging. We're having an exchange, right?
You exchanging credits?
No, data. They're buying your data.
Who's buying your data?
Well, they're not buying it. You're giving it.
I mean, you're giving it to them. You know what I mean. But they make money off of it by furnishing it. At least that's what Meek taught me.
Okay, who's that? Hush?
No, Victoria.
Victoria, you got a consultation before?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm putting my coins together.
Okay, Hush. Did you get a consultation before?
Yes.
What did you learn about this? Now, girl, if you don't know this, girl, if you don't know this.
Right. I'm off today, Meek.
It's an exchange of energy.
You're never off. Okay, baby, you're on.
Right? Right. I am so off today. Forgive me.
All right.
Totally off.
So guys, when we do consultations, right, there is so many things we discuss with you guys inside a consultation, and not everything you'll be able to capture, and we respect that. But I want to tell you something. This lady, she did a consultation, right? At this time was about probably 3 or 4, 4 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, maybe 6 months ago. I don't remember. But in this consultation, we specifically told her about the money that was how she knew that there was an exchange happening. So I'm gonna show you guys on the screen how you know it's an exchange happening. So if somebody can tell me who they have, if I don't know if everybody has a car or everybody has a car loan out here or a dealership, the dealership. So if anybody has the website of a dealership that they bought their car from, put it in the chat, and I'm going to show you right now about this part of our meeting that we're having today. So in the chat, who was your dealer?
CarMax.com.
Who was the dealer? Okay, somebody said CarMax.com, but they said Mercedes-Benz. But I would need an actual. I would need to know what Mercedes-Benz, because you cannot just say Mercedes-Benz, because Mercedes-Benz has dealerships everywhere, right? So you would have to put your finger on who was the car dealer that I actually bought this car from. Okay, that is how. All right, I actually need the link. All right, so what did you? Somebody voice something. What did you say? No real links in the chat. I see Angela, but no, I need a real one.
I just said CarMax.com.
Okay, so somebody put one. Okay, I can do CarMax. Give me 1 second. Hold on, y'all.
If you went through a credit union, or it has to be directly financed through the dealership.
So before you get a car, you actually go to a dealership and or you can go to a bank first. It doesn't really matter. But what I want to say is you get the car from a dealer. So most people are going to dealerships first and not to the bank. If you go to Navy Federal, I know people go to Navy Federal first. Doesn't really matter who it is, right? Yeah. So we won't get to lenders first, but first I really want to deal with car dealers because most people go to car dealers. We just want to see what the majority is doing right now, right? They don't say I ain't teach y'all nothing, okay? All right, so if you guys are ready, just let me know if you guys are ready. I'm sharing my screen with you. Somebody put Land Rover USA in the chat. This is actually not the dealership. I need the dealership's information. The dealership's website. Make this a personable experience right now. What is the dealership's website? Damn it. You need to know this is why listen, right? What I'm making you do right now is collect your fucking coins. That is why I'm telling you, put your fucking finger on it. Who's a dealership? Wherever you put your energy, wherever you put your money, go back and get that shit. Where is the dealership? You need to know that. All right? Where is the dealership? Who's the dealership? Look them the fuck up. Right? So let me see if I can find somebody with an actual dealership in the chat. I think Gordo has one. Let me see if Gordo has one.
I'll just put Mercedes-Benz of Catonsville in there for you.
Oh, perfect. So we'll look at a couple of them. So I'm going to just do a couple so we can look at a couple different ones. This is how you know that this shit is all the way live. All the way live. Okay, so let's see.
McElveen.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. I'm just trying to get like a couple of them so I could just go from one screen to another. So just give me a minute. Land Rover of North Atlanta, you definitely want to get some money from them because they love slaves in Atlanta. Ooh, child. Ooh, man, it's deep money. All right, so let's see. Somebody said, what was the other one you said? Mercedesville. Okay, I see it. Mercedes of
McElveen.
All right. I said I have Catsonville. Okay, so let me see. I didn't see the other one yet.
I'm going to find the CarMax one too, because I think a lot of people use CarMax.
Yeah, a lot of people do have CarMax. So, I just need, I put Catsville, Mercedes-Benz, because I can't. All right, so let me share the screen now so you guys can see. We want to look at a couple different websites. All right. So don't forget, Angela, you actually volunteered to be on the co-host, so make sure you're letting people in. I don't want to keep doing that. All right, so actually, I'm gonna make you a co-host too, just because I don't want to call nobody's name again. Or was that Big Play Radio? Who was it? Boy and the
Yeah, it was me, Big Play Radio.
Oh, Big Play Radio. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm making you the co-host. All right, so both of y'all is now the co-host, and I'm going to remove it from him. All right. So now that you're the co-host, you can just let people in when it says admit. You'll be able to see the people that want to come in. Do you see that, Big Play Radio or Angela?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. All right, so let's get to it. All right, guys. So what you're going to see right now is this website, right? So first of all, document these steps, write this shit down, or just watch the replay on YouTube. But when you go to this website, this is their website. They're saying all this nice stuff. Oh, we're open here. We have financing. Oh, we got 10,000 for you. Right? But it's in these small fine prints down here that people just always overlook. So do you guys see this one right here? Do you guys see this hyperlink right here?
Yes.
I want you guys to write this. I want you guys to write this down. Okay? This hyperlink, I want you to write down and note when you go to your dealership's website, you want to go right here to this link and you want to click it. Okay? Now, we just talked about on applications documenting and knowing how much value that they have, okay? So here you can scroll through here, you can read all of this, right? But because I do this all the time, we do this like clockwork, right? Even when we train our staff, we train them to do the same thing, right? You want to do Command, Shift, and F, right? Wait. Oh, it's not working. Big radio. People in the waiting room. All right, so I'm just going to search, okay? Because I don't forgot how. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh no. Where's my page at? No. What happened to my page? What was the dealership again, y'all?
Mercedes.
It was a
Oh, here we go.
Mercedes.
Willing buy.
All right, so I can't do what I wanted to do, so I'm going to have to just take my time and just read through it. All right, so.
And did you mean Control, Shift?
Control, yeah, I did. Let me try. No, it's not working here. It could be the website. It could be the website. That's fine. So let's go down here.
But in the event that it was working, what would it do? Like search?
So you're just gonna wait you're just gonna wait right now for me to get through this, and you're not gonna rush me. Is that okay?
Absolutely. I'm sorry.
Thank you. What the fuck is going on? This is free.
I think it's just Control F. Not
I
Shift,
tried.
Control F.
No, it's the website. It's the website. It's not letting me.
The website. Yeah, it wasn't working.
Further. And I'm going to tell you something. Every website is going to be different. All right. So I'm going to, first of all, start right here where it says purpose of collection. I'm going to talk about information collected and usage. And we're also going to talk about third-party disclosures. And let me see if there's anything else I feel like we should be aware of. I think that's it for right now. Okay, so let me just go back to that. All right, so. All right. Purpose of collection. Well, wait, hold up. What are they collecting? Do you guys know that? What they're collecting?
Your
Personal information.
Good. So, I don't know. Can you guys not see the people in the waiting room, or is it just, I don't know. I swear to God, I'm like, if I admit one more person, I'm going to know that something's wrong with you guys. All right. Using the tool. We collect personal information for purposes related to managing. Wait, let me get this girl out of here. We collect personal information for purposes related to managing, marketing, and developing our business as further described herein, and including establishing and managing business relations with you. Providing us with information in order to allow us to analyze usage of the site, improve the site, the tool, and for development of new services and products. Marketing products and services to you and for further purposes related to management of our relationship. 4 Eyes further collects. So first of all, who is 4 Eyes? Right? Because we went to this dealership. So that now that means that it's a dealership and it's 4 Eyes. Okay. 4 Eyes further collects personal information for purposes of operating and administering the tool for subscribers of the tool, such as the dealer and other third parties. Information collected and usage of information. The tool creates a user profile. Okay, I'm going to scan through this because we're not talking about the tool. We're talking about the asset. Okay, so let me find the asset for y'all. Expressly now. Okay, let's come here. Third-party disclosures. Unless required or permitted by law, the information associated with your user profile will not be used or disclosed to third parties. Here we go. Third parties other than for the purposes for which it was collected without the user's prior consent. For purposes of clarity and in addition to any disclosures to third parties described in any additional privacy notice, the information collected by the tool and or associated with your user profile may be disclosed by 4 Eyes to the following category of third parties or otherwise authorized by or required by law. OEMs. 4 Eyes partners with various automotive manufacturers as part of their respective certified marketing programs and their affiliates. Third parties. 4 Eyes is party to certain agreements with third parties with whom it conducts business regarding the tool and or the information collected by the tool and or associated with your user profile. 4 Eyes may disclose your personal information to such third parties who may provide services that facilitate the operation of the tool, assist us in providing an improved customer experience to you, or assist us in improving services to 4 Eye customers. Okay, so this is already saying that it's being shared, right? But is it being shared for free?
Absolutely not.
Yes, because you're giving it the information once you sign it, so it is free.
But they're not sharing,
but not on their end.
But not on your end.
Getting paid.
Okay. Me. 4 Eyes and affiliates.
Okay, here. This is one of your rights. You have the right to be informed about your personal information and how it is to be processed, to access, correct, or erase personal information, to restrict further processing, to obtain and reuse your data for your own purposes across different services, and to object to our processing. You also have the right to lodge a complaint with the irrelevant EU supervisory authority. If we transfer your personal information to a recipient in a country outside of the European Economic Area, we will do so in compliance with applicable laws with respect to such transfer. Okay, so is an exchange a transfer?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so let me take this to another screen so I can pull out something else. Give me a second. Because I can't really function inside of here. Ooh, it's so tight in there. Damn, want me to move in that mother. Now I'm going to open this shit up so we can really see. So I'm just basically taking the information off of the website, putting it into a Google Doc. Okay, so I can paste it and then look for what I want. I want to see if I can find vendors. Okay, sales. You know, when you buy a car, you really should like do all of this before, like just know. Or you already know they're going to sell it. So you could just do your due diligence to know what words they're using. Because if you don't know what words they're using, you can't necessarily use their words. Here we go. Wow. There you go. I found it. I found something else. I found other stuff with you guys. There we go. Perfect. Let me slide up to the top. Information collection and use. Remarketing our partners with respect to unrelated third-party websites, retailers. Okay, nope. Do not track personally identifiable information. We require the submission of certain personally identifiable information when we use websites, for example. We're not talking about that. You may use cookies. Nope. And this is good too, but no, I'm not talking about that. Let's read this. For our use restrictions on your personal identifiable information. Mercedes-Benz of Catonsville, if I'm saying that right, Catonsville, I'm not sure if that's right, but Catonsville, Mercedes-Benz of Catonsville does not sell, rent, or share personally identifiable information to or with any third party not affiliated with or owned by Mercedes-Benz of Catonsville, except service providers who may assist us in such areas as promotions, credit checks, data storage, and order processing. So first of all, when y'all see this, first of all, they saying we don't sell your information. We don't sell it. So when you see this right here, you're gonna be like, oh, they're not making no money from it, right? Wrong. They don't sell, rent, or share your information to or with any third party that's not affiliated with them. So that means they're doing business with each other. It says right here, except service providers who may assist us in areas as our promotions, credit checks, data storage. Why would somebody be storing my data? What are you storing my data for? Why do banks store deposits? And order processing, see agents and vendors below. Mercedes-Benz of Catonsville will never give or sell your personal identifiable information to unaffiliated. Come on, right here. This is right here. Right here. Mercedes-Benz of Catonsville will never give or sell your personal identifiable information to unaffiliated third parties. So what does that say?
That as long as they business with us, we share with them.
It don't say share. What do it say?
They sell it to who they affiliated with.
They said they sell that shit.
Yes, they are.
You're like, they gonna sell. No, honey, get excited. They sold your shit. They sold your shit, and they ain't give you nothing. Okay? They sold your information, and did he get something? Is this where you went to Catonsville, James?
No, I did not, but I'm planning on it.
Okay, so this is good. So this is what you do before you go.
Yes.
Okay. And then when you go and you do your application, you ask them about this. You have to ask them in writing, but you ask them about this. Okay. Mm-hmm. Isn't this good stuff? Does anybody else think, see, this is,
I'm excited.
This is amazing.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Yeah, this is amazing.
If, cause my daughter just bought a car, but she went through the credit union, but they, you know how they take your driver's license down and then they say they're going to keep it in the system. She didn't do an application. Like she went to one dealership and she just like test drove, but they take your driver's license information and put it in the computer. And then we ask for them to delete it, but they say they don't delete it because, you know, they keep it there. And we're like, well, that should be deleted. So does that work any kind of way? Because we didn't do an application though. We just did a test drive.
So, I mean, I would say so, no? It depends on what information was given to them.
Well, the driver's license, you know how they
and the driver's license is connected to your social. Yeah, it is connected to your social. But I mean, this is the thing. You don't have any receipt from that transit. You can't. How can you get a receipt from that? Mm-hmm. Right? What's the evidence that you gave them a license? If we do an
I don't know.
Right. Listen to me. If you fill out an application and they submit the application, will you have anything that shows that you gave them an application?
Uh-huh.
What?
A copy of it.
A copy of it, or
your credit report.
That's right. Right? So that's almost like a surety, right? Okay. But it's not the credit, the inquiry is not the credit report. It's not the application, neither is it a receipt from the transaction. So what you need to start asking these car companies is for the receipt from the information that was sold. That's approved, denied, whatever happened. Where's the receipt from the information that was sold?
So, Meek, is that what you're saying? We do that in writing?
You got to do that in writing. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's going to the finance department?
That's going to whoever. The CEO, I don't give a damn who it goes to, as long as it goes to the dealership and it's through the mail. Okay. But listen, it's against the law for them not to disclose the information though. That's illegal. Now it's illegal. Your data was sold, which means that it was ledgered on somebody's books, right? So if your application was sold to somebody and it was transferred somewhere, what was the value on it? Don't you guys think that your application has value? Because if it didn't, why the fuck would they be selling it? We only sell things that have value, right? I'm only selling a house. If I'm wholesaling a property, I'm going to wholesale a contract. I'm selling a contract. Who want to buy my contract? Anybody ever wholesale real estate before? No? Only me?
I did a partner deal with my brother before.
Right. So, in real estate, when you get a property under contract, people want that contract. They don't give a fuck about nothing else. Sell me the contract. Now I got rights, and now I can go ahead and do my one too.
Mm-hmm.
So if I get the car or not, it doesn't matter. There was a transaction that happened, and I need to know how much it happened for. Why do we need to know? Because we need to put it on our books. Does that make sense? Does this not make sense to anybody?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
And it would be for the value of whatever loan that you're going for.
So,
makes a lot of sense.
I think she's saying.
Essentially, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, because sometimes if you hear yourself say it, you can remember it. So you can go.
Okay, so what I took from it, James, was that essentially she's saying that you put the dealership or whoever you gave it to notice that your receipt of that data and how much it was sold for, not how much the vehicle is worth, but how much they sold your data for. Is that right, me?
That's exactly right. Because James, like if you sell, okay, a couple things are happening, right? They're selling your information, so a transfer is happening, and there's an exchange that happens, right? And then they get a loan from a bank, right? That you now, if you get approved, you have to be responsible for paying back their loan from an institution, right? Because you don't have no business with the institution other than them having access to your information. And then now, if we have a lender, we're going to do the same thing to the lender. We're going to roll up on their ass just like this. Who's the lender? Give me a lender in the chat. A website.
Wells Fargo.
Okay. So is that wellsfargo.com, I guess? I don't know.